Hello there. I know you missed me. If I didn't see myself for 10 hours, I'd miss myself too.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? How would someone not see himself for 10 hours?
We start the video. I'm sure you've heard it before. Be grateful. And it sounds nice, but kind of useless. Like, what will it help me in? How would it change my body, or how would it change my life? It will. And that's what I'm going to show you. Because gratitude is not just emotional. It's behavioral, neurological, and biological. Let's start. Your brain as a human being is naturally wired with something called negativity bias, which means you prioritize thinking about what's missing first. What could go wrong? What could be missing? What's wrong here? This is not a flaw, it's survival. Because for thousands of years, noticing danger kept us alive, kept humans alive. Your ancestors didn't just go out to a lion and said, "Oh my God, it's a lion, how cute you are!" They would have been eaten. When your ancestors heard a sound behind the bush in the forest, they didn't just go, "Oh, maybe the forest is singing for me." No, they thought that could be a snake, that could be a bear. So I gotta leave, I gotta run, I gotta save myself. So your brain became extremely efficient at detecting problems and detecting danger, at thinking negatively first to protect us, and that made it relatively weak at holding onto positive experiences. And you can see in real life, negativity sticks longer than positivity. When someone betrays you, you do not forget it your whole life. But you may forget a good compliment in a year or a month, maybe. So if you do nothing, you let your brain to the default setting, which is to see the empty parts of the cup first, to see negativity first, to protect you. But when you intentionally practice gratitude, you interrupt the automatic pattern. When you train your brain to see the full part of the cup, you start noticing the boring details like, I have water, I drank water today, I have food, I got nourished, oh my God, thank you. I have a brain that lets me learn everyday new things. I have my family around me. I can feel love and spread love. I can show love and receive love. I have eyes, I can see you. I have hands, I can touch you. In a respectful way, to not make it sound like assault. And tell me now, if you don't instantly become a happier person, you do not change reality. You just select what your brain will take from this reality. What will your brain see from the reality that you are living? And let's make this real. Imagine you woke up late. Your brain can go, "Oh my God, everything is stressful. I am behind. The day is already wasted." Or it can go to the other direction, which is, "It's okay. I can adapt. I'm grateful for the body that actually woke me up. Thank you, my body. Thank you. Let's adapt. Let's save what's left in the day." Same situation. Different focus, different outcome. Who do you think of these two people will perform better that day? Exactly. I know you're smart. Here's a kiss. Now we speak about neuroplasticity and how does it interact with gratefulness. So, neuroplasticity is the more you focus on something, the more your brain will strengthen the pathways that are associated with that something. When you think or repeat an idea, your brain will activate a network of neurons that represent that idea. Each time you repeat it, a similar pattern of neurons will fire again. And neurons that fire together wire together, which means neurons that fire together, that have electrical activity passing through them together, will strengthen their connections. This process is called the synaptic plasticity, which makes communication between those neurons faster and more efficient. So the idea you repeated over time will become easier to access, will become automatic to you. It becomes easier to your brain or automatic to your brain to activate that network of neurons that represents that idea. That's why they say whatever you are repeatedly doing, whatever you are repeatedly saying, whatever you are repeatedly exposed to, you become. The same thing goes to when you think positively, when you are grateful. Your brain literally is wired to think positively. Whatever happens in your day, whatever happens in your life, what are the neural pathways that your brain is going to activate? The positive one. Because that's all what you think about. That's what you repeated enough. Let's take another example. You go through your day and nothing special happens. Just a normal average day, like every day. One version of you is going to think, nothing good happened today. Oh my God. But the other version is going to think, nothing bad happened today. My day was calm. Nothing went wrong. The second version is not luckier. She's just trained, or he is just trained. Trained his brain enough to think positively. And what helps you think positively? What is the solution that helps you think positively? Yes, say it. Here it is. Gratefulness. When you practice gratefulness every day, you train your brain to see the full part of the cup. You train your brain to see the positive side of whatever was happening to you. And let's speak studies again. That's what I do in this channel. So brain imaging show that being consistently grateful activates regions in the brain like the prefrontal cortex. Mamma mia. And what does the prefrontal cortex do? What is it responsible for? Decision making, emotional regulation, and perspective. But what I care about here is decision making. Decision making. When you are grateful, when you practice gratefulness consistently, you make better decisions in your life. You make decisions that are going to improve your life, make you more successful, make decisions that are going to save your life just by practicing gratefulness. Tell me this is not beautiful. Tell me this is not magic. Tell me you knew that before you didn't. So hit the bell icon so you get notified every day when I post a video. And if every day you focus on problems, your brain will have no choice and to become efficient in finding problems. But if you intentionally every day focus just on the good, it's not just on the good, focus on the good side, because life is, it's not all roses. But focus on the good side of what happens to you. Your brain will become efficient in seeing the positive side. And that's what it means when you see people on social media telling you to think positively. It's not to lie on yourself. It's to train yourself to interpret reality differently. When something bad happens, will it serve you better to keep complaining and dwelling on that something? Or to say, this happened to teach me a lesson. What was the lesson here? Okay, I learned my lesson. Everything is happening for my favor, for my highest good. And whatever was the bad thing that happened in your life. I want you to search for the positive side in it. And please be delusional with it. For example, if you failed an exam, of course, be sad. But at the same time say, I failed that exam, that means I'm gonna study more. I'm gonna become more knowledgeable. I'm gonna become more efficient. I'm gonna become excellent at the field that I'm gonna restudy because I'm gonna put extra hours studying it. That opens success doors for me. So I failed this exam to be successful, and I'm gonna be successful. That failure was just a sign that I'm meant for more. Delusion? Yes. Does it serve you? Yes. Because your brain believes in whatever you tell it. And here where it connects with success. The way you interpret events determine how you act. If you interpret everything as failure, you will hesitate. You will overthink. You will avoid taking more risks. And success demands less hesitation and taking more risks. But if you interpret challenges as manageable, you act to save what's left. You adapt. You keep going. You persist more. You keep trying more. And if you keep going and don't give up, success will be inevitable. And that's why two people with the same opportunities can end up with completely different results. And the secret again? Yes, you know it. It's gratefulness. And this is where it gets even deeper. There's a field called psychoneuroimmunology, which shows that your brain and your hormones and your immunity system are always interacting. Your ideas are not just ideas. The thought is not just a mental thought. Your ideas are instruction to your body. They literally trigger a physiological response. When you're stressed, it's mental, isn't it? There's something you're thinking about that's making you uneasy. It should stay in the brain. No. Your body activates the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis.
I know you don't care about this system.
But what does this system do? It raises cortisol. If it was for short term, good. That's helping you perform better. But if it was constantly raising cortisol, you are chronically stressed, it will damage you. It will destroy your body. It will suppress your immunity system, increase inflammation, disrupt the sleep cycles, and impair recovery. What you think in and your ideas are triggers to what's gonna happen physiologically in your body. Now let's put this in real life. If your brain interprets everything always as failure or negative, your body is gonna stay always in a low-grade stress level. And what's the solution? Yeah. I heard you. Louder, please. Exactly. Gratefulness. Because it will shift your brain to think in the positive side and not in the negative side. No chronic stress. The positive side. When you practice gratitude, you activate regions in the brain that are linked to reward, like the pathway involving dopamine. You're gonna shift your nervous system towards parasympathetic dominance, the state where your body will actually recover and heal. And let's explain this parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous quickly. So the sympathetic nervous system, you see as is the fight or flight system. It's the fight or flight state that you be in when you feel that you are in danger, when something is threatening you. So what happens? Blood gets redirected to your heart and your muscles to act fast. Maybe you have to run. Maybe you have to fight. You breathe faster and your heart rate goes up. And other functions that you do not need immediately, like digestion, get suppressed. Because the goal is to survive and not to digest your delicious taco. But the parasympathetic nervous system is the complete opposite. It's activated when you're relaxing, when you're healing. Your heart rate goes down and your breathing becomes deeper and calmer, and the blood gets redirected to your digestive system to absorb nutrients better. You repair tissue, you heal, you recover simply, and your immune system will function better. Your sleep will improve. All of that because of gratitude. See what a simple act does in your brain. And there's another effect that people do not speak about, which is gratitude have a behavioral effect on you. Gratitude changes how you behave. When your brain is constantly negative, you move differently in life. You hesitate more. You take fewer risks. You expect things to go wrong because you're thinking negatively. But when your brain is trained to see possibility, you try more. You take on more opportunities. You say yes more frequently. You persist more. And you go back faster from your setbacks and your failures. That's not a talent. That's just training. Just training your brain to see the positive side. So how to use it? Not once a week. Not only when life is perfect, but every day. Even on normal days. Even on average days. Take few seconds and identify what's already there. What's already working. What you have already in your hands. For example, you just say, I'm grateful my body got me through today. Thank you. Thanks to the body. You got me through. You're doing a good job. I love you. Or when you're peeing. Because when I'm peeing, I just look at my body and say, oh my God, my kidneys did a good job. Should I say this or no? Should I cut it? No, I'm not gonna cut it. Cutting takes a lot of time. Guys, I didn't know how much video editing takes from time until I tried it. So I'm not cutting it. Deal with it. You can say, I'm grateful I had moments of peace in my day. You can say, I'm grateful that I'm just alive. I have the privilege to be alive. I could have been dead. I could have been dead, not seeing nothing in this life, not touching nothing, not tasting nothing, not experiencing nothing. But I'm alive. You can say that you are grateful. You handled this situation better than before. Not perfectly, but better than before. Because your brain learns from repetition, not from intensity. And whatever you repeat, you become. Whatever you repeat, you train your brain to become. Good soup. And to close the video, your brain is constantly scanning your life. It's constantly asking itself, what matters? What should I focus on? And whatever you repeatedly point it toward, it starts focusing on that thing. So you can either train it to see what's missing, or you can train it to see what's already here. You're gonna keep living the same life, the same situations, but your interpretation is what's gonna become different. And that interpretation shapes your actions, and your actions shape your life. Because your life is literally just the results of actions you did in your past and the actions that you choose to do every day. And that's how something as simple as gratitude will change your life. As always, I love you. I see you tomorrow in the new video.